Hello, friends. You ever have one of those conversations that is really kind of inspiring and kind of like right at the right moment? Today's one of those days. I talked to a friend of mine that I don't see nearly enough. Um, she was, we were super tight in high school, um, and always have kept in touch, from afar. Um, I don't see her nearly as much as I should, but such is life. So, um, but she is a giant beer nerd. She's a giant cheese nerd. She's a giant booze nerd, and she happened to catch the Facebook posting of Tyler um, eating Dan's cheeses with beers that I made, which was incredibly rad. So I thought I would do something kind of similar. I'm not going to do the exact same thing, but I figured I would, I don't know, put it out there. Let's throw it out there and see what happens. So I have four cheeses from Dan. I also have the very last bit of Dan's Camembert that he sent me a while ago, and I just nibble it now and then. I actually had to, the rind had to come off today, but it's cheese. What are you going to do? So as for beer, I have two beers I'm going to eat these with. This is a Berliner I made. It's a dry hop passion fruit Berliner. And I'm also going to drink one of Tyler's beers, the Florida Georgia Lies Sweet Burn on Crappy Country Music, which is also a Berliner kettle sour beer with peach and mango. So they're both right, in the same vein of beer, but in my cheese eating head, the acidity in these beers should really cut the creaminess of the cheese, and I think it should work fairly well. I'm really particularly excited how it's going to work with this bad boy, whose name I don't remember because I left all the little packages over there. Hold on a second. Okay, so this is the Belper Knoll. It looks sort of like a rock, perhaps a truffle, but I'm assured there's cheese inside it. It's crusted in peppercorns, crushed pepper. Smells amazing. Just the pepper note, like the pepper aroma, it's freaking awesome. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna eat some fucking cheese. I believe here's what we have. I have a Basil Derby, the Belper Knoll, the Pont l'Evêque, which is a funky, soft, kind of rinded cheese, and then the Camembert. I've had the Camembert longest, so we're going to take a nibble on the Camembert first. I really wish, it'd be nice to have somebody here with me to do this, but Kristen is not all about the beer nerd videos, so I'm going to save her some cheese for sure. So, oh crap, that's really good. I forgot how good that was. So this cheese really, look how, it's a really firm cheese. It's got a little bit of funk at the end of it. It's really good. This would be super good on like a good high-end cheese plate. It's just delicious. Every time. It's so good. Very much chewing now in a video, which is weird. It pairs well with the sour beer. It almost cuts the sourness out of the bottom of this beer, and kind of lets the fruit shine more, which I find to be a cool thing. This is awesome. So if I haven't had any of these yet. The basil, the pepper, and the Funk Factory cheese. I haven't had any of these yet, so I'm kind of excited to try them because if they're half as good as this Camembert, Dan just blew it out of the water. So let's take a little cut out of the Basil Derby. Take a nice center section. I should get a wider piece. I don't know. Oh, there's crappy. All right, the lighting in here is garbage. But I assure you, this is like a mild white cheese with a cool green marbling. It almost smells like like good pizza cheese, in the fact that like good cheese in a pizzeria, because you totally get the basil. It's not super strong, it's not overpowering, but it's there. Such a cool idea for a cheese. So let's try it. This is more of like a medium. Oh my god. That's delicious. Holy shit. Damn, this is ridiculous. Seriously, that's amazing. So it reminds me of like a firm mozzarella. If I'm basing everything off of Wisconsin cheese because that's all I eat is Wisconsin cheese. Because we make the best cheese in the world here. So it's got the firmness of like a low moisture mozzarella, kind of like you would grate on a pizza, but the basil flavor and the creaminess of it, it's super good. That's a remarkable cheese. I would pay good money for this cheese any old time. Wow, that is tasty to the point that we're going to eat another piece. It's amazing how the freshness of the basil sticks around. I'm not sure how he put the basil in here, if it was like a basil oil or if it was blended. I should really learn to ask questions before I eat things, but yeah. This is super cool. Wow, that's good. Kristen is really going to dig this. And then she's going to want me to make cheese. Maybe. Dude, that is... Man, that is good. Like, on a good cracker with a little slice of sun-dried tomato, that's like deconstructed pizza in some bullshit restaurant that Aaron would pay $500 to go eat at. Let's see. While we're here, I'm going to open this other beer because, you know, this is a beer thing after all. So Tyler gave me this beer a couple weeks ago at the Iron Brewer. I'm very excited to try it. I know he asked 1,000 questions on the hows and whys of how to make it. And he tells me it's successful. So, Tyler, cheers for sending me the beer, dude. Or actually handing it to me in person, which is even better. So, here's to your burn on country music. It smells good. I don't get a ton of, like, peachiness, but it's almost... I can't place it. Whatever. Cheers. There's the peach and mango. Oh, that's nice. It's less sour than this beer, but this beer's a little older too, so it's had time to kind of really mellow out and clear out, and really the flavors are really focused in this. I wish I had another bottle of this to let sit for 3 months and just see if the same thing would kind of happen where it really focuses all the flavors. Because it's hard to pick out an individual thing in that, but that's a nice beer. All right, now we're going Belper Knoll. I'm excited about this one. I'm a big black pepper fan, so let me get rid of the wax rind there. So I'm excited about this. I'm a kind of a black pepper guy, so black pepper, and if the last two cheeses are any indication, this is going to be stupid. So check that crust out. Black pepper like crazy. Oh my god. It smells like What kind of cheese does this smell like? It's almost there's so much pepper. It's almost like floral, but you know it's a good, like good quality crushed black pepper because you don't sneeze. You only sneeze when you are around crappy old oxidized black pepper, and this is none of that. This smells awesome. Cheers, Dan. It's so creamy. It's almost like, the texture is almost like super duper dense cream cheese. Like I think you could probably spread this if it warmed up a little bit. That is amazingly good. The black pepper is definitely out front in this one. I just want to, which I really like, but I kind of want to just try the cheese on its own. It's so creamy. Like it instantly melts. Oh, wow. The black pepper is permeated like straight into the middle, but it's like the best Merck's cheese spread you've ever had. Which is saying something because I love Merck's cheese spread or Waiuia cheese spread. Cheese spread may not be a thing in the rest of the world, but here cheese spread is a thing. But it's actually like, good. Wow, that's incredible. Like super, these are good to the point where, like I remember making beer in my basement that was, And then when I started to be able to make beers that were like, holy shit, I would pay legit money for that. And it took me a while to like wrap my head around the fact that I can make commercial quality beer and have it in a keg in my basement. The fact that this came out of your kitchen, dude, is silly. Because the little bit of cheese making I've done has not scratched even the pepper crusted surface of this. This is remarkable. And again, I would pay like legit money for this. The texture on it it's like a cross between butter and cream cheese maybe. Like it has like the firmness of cream cheese, but it melts right away like butter. But it doesn't taste like those things. It tastes like its own delicious cheese unicorn. Wow. Black pepper cheese unicorn. Congratulations. That's ridiculous. Holy shit, man. Seriously, the Camembert is awesome. These cheeses blow the Camembert out of the water. Wow. The arc that you're on right now in your cheese making career is stupid. And it makes me jealous, and I don't really want to be your friend anymore. Except if you keep sending me cheese, then we're totally still good. All right, so the Pont l'Evêque, which is that's how you spell Pont l'Evêque. I have no idea if that's right, but it looks like Pont l'Evêque to me. This is stinky and funky as fuck. I was supposed to let it air out for 30 minutes. We're right about at 30 minutes. It's funky. I've had crazy funkier cheeses. I once got a cheese from my dude Steve that his refrigerator was the third one it had been in because it was crazy. Double Ziploc bagged, and it still like funked out the entire refrigerator. It was nuts. If you could get it into your mouth without smelling it, it was delicious. But it was like it was craziness. So this is funky, and I totally get the earthiness and kind of a mushroomy, almost chocolate, almost like a chocolate note from it, which probably is weird. But I totally do. It's like a mushroomy chocolate. Anyway, this one I quite look forward to. Oh, that's tasty too. It has a big kind of bitter funkiness. Super creamy. Doesn't melt nearly like the Belper Knoll does. I should have totally balanced this up like this the whole time. Look at that. Look who's the genius now. This one is good. It's, to me, it's almost like a mild cheese. It's got the funk, but then like the cheesiness behind it is really kind of mild. Super good though. I want to eat more. Well, I could eat a little more. A little more wouldn't hurt anybody. I had to save some for Kristen though, because she will dig these, I think. It has a really almost like rubber texture, which some of these soft rind cheeses do. I wonder what that would be like warm. I'm not going to put it in the microwave, but I might. Of the three, this Belper Knoll, this black pepper crusted monster right here, is my favorite. I would buy this. Like, this is a perfect cheese to have on a board and play cards and drink beer. And put that on some decent crackers, like a Townhouse or a Club. Not Ritz. Ritz is a little too lowball for this house. Oh my god, dude. That's amazing. Wow. These are remarkable. Like, super remarkable. Somehow I spent 17 minutes talking about them when I was going to make this like a 4-minute video or 5-minute video. But, you know, what are you going to do? Good thing my internet's fast, so I can upload this like nothing. Dan, super, like, a million thanks for the cheese, dude. Wow, that's crazy. Christy, you would love this. Get into whatever cheese, beer, nerd community you can find. I've weaseled my way into these YouTube homebrewing guys' lives, and I end up with super good beers that show up in the mail. I end up with like super crazy small batch artisan cheese that is some of the best cheese I've had in a super long time. These two, this thing is ridiculous. It's I want to like jump in my car and drive the 4 hours so you can try this. But I've had like 4 beers, so I'm probably not going to do that. Anyway, nerds, I gotta go. Christy, we'll talk about this because this concept, this whole beer and cheese thing that Wisconsin is so known for, it's a thing that works, it turns out. Who knew? Y'all do, nerds.